Well, good day YouTube and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we're looking at a beer that I've been hoarding since around Christmas. This is a beer from the one and only Five Paddles. I've already broken it open because it was waxed, and it was waxed with that damn epoxy. This isn't wax, okay? This is like, well, this one might be wax, it was just thicker. Maybe I'm wrong. It's breaking apart more than I thought it would. Yeah, okay, this is wax. It was just thicker. But, I know you guys like to watch me struggle with wax caps. I didn't let you. I unwaxed it first. So this is Five Paddles Brewing Company's Barrel of Hugs. Bang. So Barrel of Hugs is a 11.5% alcohol Pinot Noir barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout. Now, I've always wanted to try the actual regular version of this beer that was not barrel-aged, but I did not get a chance to. So, I do not know how that is compared to this. In all honesty, though, I don't really care. I'm just excited to get to try a Pinot Noir barrel-aged. Oh, look, it's prepubescent buoying. Wine barrels. Wine barrels and beer. I really like red wine barrel-aged imperial stouts. It usually gives off that beautiful, just that nice fruitiness and that nice little bit of tartness to the beer that makes me really, really excited. So here I am, really, really excited to get into this beer. I don't even know why I keep putting the bottle on display when there's no label. I mean, it's just that little sticker down there. But hey, here we go. Okay, so your head, you can see very small little head, but at 11.5% alcohol, I didn't expect much more. Super black. You can see my reflection in there. You look at that. You can see my mouth moving. You can see my mouth moving, boys. Oh yeah, my mouth is a-moving! There we go. Nice looking beer. Let's give it a sniff, shall we? Oh my god. See, I forgot what barrel this was in because I would have done it sooner. If I had remembered it was a red wine barrel, I would have gravitated to it sooner. But I had always thought for some reason it was a bourbon barrel, so I just let it sit, because I like to let bourbon barrel-aged beers sit for like 1 or 2 more months before I get to it. This time it was 3, but I like to let them sit 1 or 2 months. Wine barrels I seem to like to get fairly fresh myself. Everybody's different on what they want, but I always find that the older a wine barrel-aged beer gets, at least from my experience with Whiny Bastard, the less I enjoy it. But that smells delightful. Let's give a bottle sniff, and then I can talk about it. Okay. So out of the bottle, there's no sense at all. Well, it doesn't give off any idea that it was wine barrel-aged. I mean, you get barrel-aged out of the bottle, but wine barrel-aged I wouldn't be able to pick up. If you just gave me the bottle and told me to sniff it, picking up a little bit of fig, a little bit of fig, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of coconut, lots of chocolate, lots of coffee, lots of roast out of the bottle. It just smells like an oak-aged even, just an oak-aged stout. Out of the glass, I was picking up a little bit of grape, I was picking up a little bit of apple, picking up that oaky tannin note, a little bit of let's give it another sniff because it's been a little bit since I got it up there to the nose. Yeah, the grape, the vanilla, the coconut, the chocolate, the coffee, the fig. It even has a bunch of apple notes that make me think of my Domaine Pinnacle 1852, which is my apple cider, well, ice cider, aged in Appalachian apple brandy barrels. and it just reminds me of that. It just pops in my nose like that. Let's try the beer. I'm really excited. Cheers. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, that is good. Okay, so Whiny Bastard comes off a little sour. A lot of those red wine barrel aged beers come off a little sour. This one, not really. Lots of chocolate, lots of chocolate, lots of roast, lots of chocolate. But the roast cuts pretty quickly into that grape, vanilla, fig, oak flavor. 11.5% alcohol. I wouldn't really say there's an alcohol astringency. There is a warmth that goes down my throat, but there's no real alcohol taste or anything other than that warming. Okay, so chocolate, caramel, and roast up at the forefront. Grape, vanilla, fig, and apple in the middle. Coffee, oaky tannins, some more grape, and a little bit of earthiness, and a little bit of like baker's chocolate on the finish, and then just a nice warmth in the chest to remind you that you're drinking a Russian Imperial Stout. This is fucking awesome. This is a beer that I could drink all the time. Yeah, it would fuck me up because it's 11.5% alcohol, but I could drink this beer all the time. The Five Paddles are fucking amazing at what they do. I wish they were well, actually, you know what? I'm okay with them not being closer because I would go pour. Because they come out with new brands all the time. Every week they're like, look, we have 7 new beers in the fridge. This is what they are. And I'm like, fuck, there's like 4 of them that I haven't had. And this happens weekly. And I'm sitting there thinking, these are fucking 650 milliliter bottles. These are gonna be like $7, $8, $9 a bottle. I don't remember what they sell for because it's been a while since I've had Tanya pick any up for me. But I'm sitting there looking at this going, I would go broke. And, I mean, it's a good thing that the Niagara breweries, first off, are further away from me because they're all out in Niagara-on-the-Lake or Font Hill and all that. But it's a good thing that they don't come out, well, other than the Font Hill one, that they don't come out with as many new varieties as Five Paddles does, because it would be the same problem for me if I had to go and buy a $9 bottle at Oast House or Silversmith all the time. And, I mean, an $11 bottle from a fucking Exchange, or a $10 Crowler from Font Hill, or the list goes on. I love this beer. I love the stout taste of it. I love the barrel taste of it. I love the wine taste of it. I love the intermingling of the wine with the barrel, with the stout. In all honesty, though, this is a Russian Imperial Stout that's been Pinot Noir barrel aged, but it seems like the barrel takes, and I'm not even talking about the wine factor of the barrel, but it seems like the barrel takes forefront. I mean, I'm getting some coconut, I'm getting some vanilla, I'm getting oaky tannins, getting a touch of fig, I'm getting just barrel more than anything. And I mean, I get that touch of apple and that touch of grape that reminds me that it was a wine barrel. And I get that chocolate and that roast and that coffee taste that reminds me it's a stout. But basically, right after the first second it touches your tongue, right after that first millisecond after you swallow it, until like 3 seconds after you swallow it, it's all barrel. And I actually love that. I'm just surprised that it came out the way it did. Out of 10 on this, I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10 on this beer. I love this beer. I wish I could get this beer more often. I want to try the non-barrel aged version of this beer. But I have a feeling that the non-barrel aged version of this beer might be a little thin and with something to desire, just because the barrel took over so much on this. Or it was just a really, really strong Pinot Noir and a fresh barrel, like first use or something. Well, them being second use, because it just shines in this beer. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye. I'm going to drink the rest of this while I watch some TV. Woohoo!